Have you ever sat down to eat and you felt this little voice creep into your head that says, is this going to cause a flare? Am I doing it right? Am I going to mess it all up again? If food feels more like a minefield for you than nourishment, then you are not alone. You're not lazy and you're definitely not failing. You're just trying to navigate your complex autoimmune landscape without a clear map. And here's what's really happening underneath the surface. Your immune system is listening. It's constantly listening. It's interpreting every little bite of food that you take, every supplement, every missed hour of sleep, every stressful moment, every single signal. And what you have to remember is that food is not just fuel. Sleep is not just rest, and stress is not just a mood. They're all inputs, and they're sending powerful messages to your body. And those inputs add up because your body does not operate in isolation. It operates as a terrain. Now, in functional medicine, we use this term terrain. And terrain really means the overall environment inside of your body. Okay, so you can think of this like the soil of a garden. If the soil is rocky and it's depleted of nutrients and it's full of weeds, then even the best of seeds is probably not going to thrive, right? And your body's basically the same way. The terrain that you build with positive inputs like nutrient rich foods, restorative sleep, stress management, movement, and even joy really creates an internal environment where healing is possible. And that's why the same food can affect two different people in two totally different ways. It's not just the trigger, it's the terrain it lands on. So when your inputs are chaotic, like you're guessing at what your food triggers are, maybe you're skipping a lot of meals, your sleep is poor, you're dealing with a lot of stress, then that terrain shifts towards imbalance. And your nervous system stays stuck in defense mode, and the outputs that you feel, the results from these inputs, are inflammation and fatigue and brain fog and flare-ups. But when your inputs are intentional and supportive, your terrain, the terrain of your body, becomes ready for healing. And this results in positive outcomes like more energy and better digestion and fewer flare-ups. And just a greater sense of calm and control, right? And that's actually what's at the center of functional nutrition. Learning to nurture your terrain, your body's terrain, with the right inputs so that your body can generate the outcomes that you need to heal. But here's the key. Your terrain isn't just physical, it's also neurological. Your brain, your nervous system, and your immune system are in constant conversation, like so many other systems of our body, right? They're in conversation. And this is what we call the neuroimmune connection. You can think of it almost like a two-way radio. Your nervous system is sending signals of safety or signals of stress, and your immune system is responding in real time. And when your nervous system senses a threat, whether that's from chronic stress or lack of sleep or even something like unresolved trauma, it can flip your immune system into high alert. And when that kind of danger switch gets stuck in the on position, inflammation follows. On the other hand, when your nervous system feels calm and supported, it sends a signal of safety. And your immune system responds by standing down and allowing your body to repair and digest and heal. So this idea of nurturing your terrain isn't just about what's on your plate. It's not just about the food you eat. It's also about the signals that you're feeding to your nervous system. Because when your nervous system is dysregulated, your immune system stays activated too. And like I mentioned before, that leads to chronic inflammation and symptoms that seem to come out of nowhere. And it means that your body is stuck in a pattern of reacting and not healing. And if this is making sense, and if you feel like that's the pattern that you've kind of been stuck in, I want you to comment below. Let me know what's been going on. But I also want to emphasize that if you feel like you've been trying everything and nothing feels like it's working, it's not your fault. Your body is just overwhelmed. And here's the truth. Your body isn't trying to sabotage you. It's really not. I know it feels like it is, but it's actually trying to protect you. It's just trying to make the best decision that it can with the information it's receiving. Remember the inputs versus outputs. When we change the inputs, we also change the outcome. And that starts with structure. Not rigid rules, not a list of like 100 bad foods that you can't eat anymore, and definitely not a perfectionist mindset. When I talk about structure, I'm talking about a calm mindset, steady guidance, and creating an internal environment where your body finally knows what to expect and where your brain doesn't have to panic every time you look at your plate. Because when you have a plan that's built on functional nutrition and real immune system biology, not fear, not fads, you create safety. And when your body starts to feel safe, it finally starts to heal. You stop spinning in circles trying to do it the right way. You start eating with more confidence and less fear, and you feel like you're back in partnership with your body. And most importantly, you begin to observe your symptoms, and your immune system starts to get the message that you're safe and it doesn't need to fight anymore. And that's when things really start to shift. This is the point when healing becomes real and it becomes sustainable. And that's exactly why I created my signature Autoimmune Harmony program. This is for women who are finished with guessing and they are ready for a clear, guided path. Autoimmune Harmony is my VIP level program where we pull out all the stops, everything is included, and that means comprehensive lab work, the GI map test, targeted supplement support, and custom guidance from me every step of the way. I bring over a decade of experience to help you decode your body's signals so that you're never left guessing. We don't put band-aids on symptoms. We really focus on building lasting change from the inside out. And during this program, we walk through a process that not only shows you what to eat, but it teaches you how to listen to your body, understand your immune system, and create a rhythm that really feels sustainable for the long term. No more random diets, no more crossing your fingers and just hoping that this supplement works. Just clarity and structure and support so that your body can start feeling safer and calmer and stronger. So if you're in a place where you've been thinking, I just need someone to show me the steps, someone who gets it, that's what I'm here for. All you have to do is click on the link in the description box below and schedule a complimentary autoimmune insight session with me. And during this session, we can start to chat about your struggles and your goals and find out if Autoimmune Harmony is the right next step for you. This call is completely free. I promise there's no strings attached, but I just want to say that Autoimmune Harmony isn't just a program. It's really your personal roadmap towards remission. That's the main goal with this program, is working towards remission and understanding your body's signals and triggers so that you can really work with your body moving forward instead of feeling like you're working against your body and living in fear of the next flare-up. Healing isn't about perfection, it's about finding clarity. Clarity around what your symptoms are trying to tell you, because again, they're messages, they're trying to tell you something. And that clarity creates a sense of safety so that your body can finally kind of exhale. And then you can finally eat without fear again. Now, before we wrap this video up, I want to give you one really practical and powerful step that you can start taking today. And that is for you to choose one input that you can change or that you can work on so that you can start observing whether or not the outcome that you're getting changes from that. And this could be going to bed 30 minutes earlier, adding one colorful vegetable to your plate, taking 5 deep breaths before your next meal, or even just setting your phone down and walking outside for 5 minutes. And here's why this matters, because your nervous system and your immune system don't need a massive overhaul to really notice a change. They just need consistent signals of safety. Each positive input that you give your body tells it that you're safe, that you can relax, and that you can start healing. So I want you to think of it like turning the volume down on static so that your body can finally hear the right messages. Does that make sense? Just one clear signal, repeated often, consistently, has more power than 100 scattered stressful ones. So instead of getting caught up in doing everything perfectly, just start with the next right input, okay? Write it down, commit to it for the next week, and really pay attention to how your body is responding. That awareness is the beginning of rewiring your terrain for healing, because your body isn't broken. I know I've said this before, but it's true. It's actually listening for signals. And you really have more influence over your body's outcomes than you realize. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, please make sure that you like and you subscribe to my channel so that you can see my upcoming content. And if you're feeling ready for deeper step-by-step support, check out my Autoimmune Harmony program. I have everything listed in the description box below. And until next time, I want you to remember that your body is listening, your terrain can be transformed, and you have the power to change the conversation. See you in the next one.